All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. And welcome to today's workshop with SwiftXR. My name is Ibukun Eson, and I am the community manager here at SwiftXR. Excited to have everyone in the room. And with me here today is Mazino, right? Mazino is a 3D fashion illustrator and she owns Amazino Mills, right, which is a 3D fashion studio. And today she'll be taking us through how to build customizable, and today she'll take us through how to build customizable fashion experiences with this SwiftXR Product Configurator tool. So welcome, Amazino. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Uh, so without further ado, we'll just get straight into the demo. So Amazino, you have the floor. I'll just be muted at the back end so you can share your screen and just take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I think this should be like my first virtual class. Looking kind of shy. For this, I will not be using I will not be using lots of big terms. It's just going to be, basic stuff, basic terms that anybody can understand. And I think there should be a question and answer session where you should be able to ask me questions concerning how to make use of the platform. And you can also ask me other 3D related questions, like anything related to 3D fashion. Yeah, you can ask me those questions. And even if you can't ask questions now, I think you can leave the questions in the comment section and I'll do my best to respond. Or you could send me the questions on my Instagram at Amazino's Muse. Amazino then Muse, like S the Muse. You get the gist. So now let's get to business directly. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen now, but I need to confirm if you guys can actually see my screen. So just give me a few seconds. Okay, so I just got feedback that you guys can see my screen. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time because this is actually very easy. This is something that is very simple. So I believe it's something you can get, something that you can understand. So let's get to it. So now I'm just going to give you guys like a dry run of what to expect. I planned on doing it like in maybe we'll build everything together from scratch. But I felt like it'd be better if you see what the end goal is going to be like, so you are not lost. You know what we're building. So starting with this, we have this flagship outfit. Fun fact: I made this outfit specifically for this launch because when I first saw it, when SwiftXR told me about it, I was super excited. I loved it, and I was like, you know what, I'm on board, and I need to create a special outfit just for this, and that's why I created this outfit. And I love the outfit so much. So now let's go to the customization. So you can see that the outfit has like a lot going on. Oh, this is my model, my favorite girl. So you can see a lot is going on. You have the sleeves, you have the neckline. So this is the full complete outfit. We have the gathers, we have the lower part. So now I'm going to show you guys how to customize it. So moving on to this side, you can see this part that has products. So I think I'm going to show you guys the preview. This is like the back end. I'm going to show you guys how to set up all of this. You see there's full textures, there's the neckline, there is the dress customization. We have complete look, plain short dress with gather, full length back with gather, full length back, sleeves, right sleeve, left sleeve, part textures and what. I'm going to show you guys how to build all of this, but I want to show you what it's going to look like from the user's end. So we're gonna be on the preview your project. That's, I don't know, maybe I should have been playing some soft music in the background so you guys listen to music as well. Sorry. Let me serious. Okay. So the speed of this actually depends on your network. Like, I mean, obviously, the faster your network, the faster it's gonna be. The slower your network, the slower it's gonna be. So you see that it looks slightly different from what we had at the back end, and that's because I've played around with this a bit, I've customized it a bit. So, okay, so hold on. Okay, alright, so let me show you guys what the full textures part looks like. So now the full textures part, we have this is like, the yellow, we have the green, we have the black, and this is the red that you initially saw. So the way I'm able to change it with like the different textures, that is how the user is going to be able to change, because right now we're not in the back end, this is what the user is going to be able to do. So we have the neckline, we have the basic neckline, which is like this, then we have the collar, there are other customizations, and we have the strap, which was what it was on previously. So now let's look at what this out a bit. Okay, now for the dress customization look, we have the plain short dress. So you see that everything else has been removed from this dress. This is a basic dress, this is a style on its own. We have the short dress with the gather. We have the full length, like the full length gown without this. We have the full length with just like just the back, full length and the gather and just the back. We have the full length. Oh, okay. I think I didn't customize this fully. That's fine. So we have the full length with the gather. And now let's move down to the sleeves. We have the right sleeve. I'm going to explain to you why the texture for this part and the main dress is different. We're going to get there. So we have the left sleeve and we have both sleeves. Now, still moving down. So now this part that I named as part texture. So mind you, all of this is completely customizable. However, you decide to name this as, it's your choice. So for me now, for the part textures, I selected parts of the dress that I felt. Let me go back to the dress customization. Let me make it like the complete look. Okay. So I customized parts of the dress that I felt that if it had a different texture, it would look cute. So when you are doing yours, depending on what parts you want to remove or add, it's really, at the end of the day, it's really your choice. Like, it's really your choice, whatever it is you want to do. So now this is the red. So in case you want everything to look like this, like the complete look, it looks like this with the same texture. This is the yellow. In case you feel maybe red and yellow works, that's your choice. Or you feel black works. I mean, I think this black works too. I think this black works. But I would rather use the black with this. This. Mind you, this texture is also here as well for this. In case you want like I said, in case you want like a complete look. But this black also really works. For the neckline, we have this. So it still works with this. The strap still works. So guys, this is going to be the end look. This is what we are trying to create today. I don't know if you're excited, but when I first saw this update, I was really, really super excited. So you should be excited too. If you're not excited, I don't know. I can't help you. I think you should be excited, but at least your client should be excited, users should be excited. And then when you're done with this, you can publish this. Now, you guys should not spy on my account, please. All right, so now when you want to start, you click on create project. So when you have the SwiftXR link, you click on SwiftXR link. It's supposed to take you to this place right where we are at now. Then you click on create project. Then what should we name the project, guys? So let me say SwiftXR Masterclass. I don't know. Is it a masterclass? But let's just name it masterclass. I think that's a cute name. I think that's cool. And yeah, so this is what you are expected to see. Let me close this in case you don't say this like this. This is how you are. This is what your view is supposed to look like. Now you click on this 3D part. See this part that is under this component part, please guys, pay attention because when you're working on things like this, minute details is what really throws you off and you're confused, you don't know what to do, you're stressed. So don't be stressed. It's, it's quite easy. So come to this part and you know that it's on this component, this one that's component. Let me move down. See this part is on files. You're not supposed to be here. Settings, you're not supposed to be here. Video tutorials not here. This is already a video tutorial. I mean guys, you're already watching a video tutorial. I'm a video tutorial. For this component part, so this is where you're supposed to be component. So now you come down, you leave all of this stuff. This is none of your business, at least for now. For this class, it's none of your business. So you come to product configurator. Very important. So you have the option to drag and drop, or you could upload it. So let's just click on upload. And mind you, it should be GLB file. What you're uploading should be GLB file. I feel maybe I might have to do a class for complete beginners. Yeah, it's actually a good thing I named this like a master class because I'm teaching this based off the fact that you already have a rough idea of how SwiftXR works or how 3D fashion works. How to move stuff from Cloud 3D, how to move stuff from what's the other platform? Can't remember. But like, you know how to move stuff from Cloud 3D and all that, those other cloud softwares, Blender and all the rest. So I'm assuming you already know how to do that and you already know how to save as GLB. But if you don't know how to do that, feel free to put those stuff in the comment section and I'll do something for you because I'm a nice person. So now let's click on upload 3D file. So drag and drop and click to upload. I'm going to use the click to upload file. So we have this. So this flagship red list is the dress that I made. So you can see that this is 50.7 MB. So ideally, it's best if it's under 50 MB. That's the ideal file size. But my file is a bit heavy. You can even see it comes up. It's recommended that you use 50 MB. So it's not like you cannot use above 50 MB. You can, but when somebody is just advising you, somebody is giving you good advice for you to run seamlessly. So it's best if it's under 50 MB. But that does not mean if it's above 50 MB, you can't work. You can work because that's what I'm about to do now. It's above 50 MB. We're going to make it work. And now we upload and wait for it to work. I mean, your network really matters a lot, guys. Having strong network matters. And network is very strong. I just hope it does not disgrace me today. But you know what, in Nigeria, anything can happen. Okay. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a notification saying that the page is unresponsive and I can either wait or exit the page. So if something like this happens to you guys, don't be scared. Just exit the page and then you get this and you reload. But let me confirm if my screen is still, if you guys can still see my screen. Because I know whenever something like that happens, there's a high chance that you might not be able to see my screen anymore. Can you see my screen? So let me confirm backstage if you can see my screen. Okay, I just got feedback that you guys can see my screen now. Because I know whenever that message pops up that has been unresponsive, it's usually maybe from the fact that because I said my file size was a bit too big. So if it's under 50 MB, there's a very high chance that you would not get that notification. But even if you do get that notification, like I said, you just have to exit the page and reload it, and your avatar is already on the page, like what we can see here. My avatar is already here with the outfit. So now let's start from scratch. You click on this, you come to this side. Let me explain. So there's the right side, just for context. The right side is this side that has the avatar, and the right side is this other side. So now everything we're going to be working on, all the settings we're going to be working on, going to be on this right side. Please leave this side alone. Whatever is happening on this side for now is none of your business. Just focus on this side. Okay. Okay. So you can close this experience setup, close this, and we have this product configurator. Once again, product configurator, guys, because literally we are trying to configure this stuff. So remember product configuration. Don't go elsewhere. So you can bring this down. Now, click on this add section. Now you can see product name. I like to name things because you can get a bit confusing. So it's best to name things. So let's say the name of this is flagship. Let's say the name of this dress is flagship. You can do that. I mean, if the name of your dress is Ada, you can name your dress Ada. So you can see that whatever it is that works on this side is going to be reflecting on this side. So you are not editing anything on this part. Don't feel the urge to click on something on this part. Please leave it alone. Just focus on this other side where I'm at. Okay. Now moving down under this new section part, you can see there's something called appearance. When you click on this section type, there is the appearance. Under appearance, we have part, we have animation. So for today's class, we're going to be working only on appearance and part and not animation. Okay. So now you can see this display label. I'm going to tell you guys the difference between appearance and part. Remember that beginning part where I showed you guys how you could change the textures? That is under appearance. Literally, I feel one of the reasons why SwiftXR is very easy to use is because they use terms that you're able to use. Like it's literal. You're not having to think. So literally appearance, you think textures, you think colors, that's what you think about. Then parts is those different parts that I was able to separate that I said, the sleeve is separate, the neckline is separate, the skirt is separate, the gather is separate, and whatnot. So let's start with the appearance. And like I said, I like to label stuff. So this new section, I'm going to name it. I'm gonna name it sections. Okay. So let's go back. So you can see managed parts. So this managed parts, this is where we are going to select what we want the textures to reflect on. So we could select everything and I could name it full textures, but I need you to understand that if I select everything and it's under full textures, I would not be able to select separate parts. Okay, I'm going to do both so you see how it works. So now there's this part where you could select all. You see this part for select all. I would advise you don't do this because what is showing here is not just the outfit. You can select all if you did not export the dress with the avatar. But you can see my dress is with the avatar, so it's possible for you to export just the outfit. If that was what you did, you exported just the outfit because some people like to work with ghost mannequins. They don't need the avatar showing. If that was what you did, you can click on all and select everything. But if you exported with your avatar, please do not do that because you see this. We have there's the eyelash arrow node, there is mesh, there is shoes and whatnot, which really is none of should not concern you. So that's why I said you cannot select all. So now I'm just going to be selecting the back strap. Also, the labeling of this stuff, I did the labeling of it from Clo 3D. Yeah, that's why I did that from. So I would actually advise you label your parts. Because when you're working in Clo 3D, Marvelous Designer, there's a part for you to label your parts. That's why I said this is actually a masterclass. I'm assuming you already know how to work with Clo 3D and Marvelous Designer. So make sure you label your parts because if you don't label your parts and then you bring it directly here, what you'll be probably seeing is probably maybe like fabric 1032, fabric something, 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 and it can be really confusing when you don't know what part is for what part. So please label your parts before you move them here. So we have base gown back, base gown front, basic back front, basic top, big sleeve, big sleeve right. No, I don't think we're not dealing with the body. Okay, collar note. I remember what to select because I labeled it myself, guys. Yeah, this is how it feels when imagine I actually had somebody else do this for me. Because then it kind of seems like I'm doing like project defense and I'm having to defend it and I was not the one that did it. That'd be weird. So please do your work by yourself. Sorry, hold on, let me scroll down. Alter neck. And I think I've selected pretty much everything that matters. Yep. So now under this add appearance option, so this is where we are going to add the textures, because now what we just did is kind of like we selected what it is that we wanted to change. What should I use as an example? I don't think of what I can use as an example too, because this can be a bit confusing, and I need you to understand this completely so that it's easier for you. Okay, now let's say for instance now I'm trying to get ready. Oh, perfect. So I have like different, like, I have different jewelries in this place. So if I'm getting ready, I need all my jewelry to be in this place, to be in this bag. That's why all my jewelry is here. But as you can see, what I'm wearing today, this jewelry bag has both silver and gold. But you can see that what I'm wearing today is just silver. But to be able to select just the silver, I needed to check my bag that had everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel you understand this explanation better the more we go on. So now we've selected everything, like we have a place. So it's more like this, like the bag of the jewelry that has everything. It has both, the gold, it has the silver and whatnot. But now we're going to select what it is that we truly need. So now under this add appearance option, so let's go down. You see now that everything changed to white because we selected everything. Then under this option, like I said, I like to label stuff. Please label stuff so you're not confused. So um let me say black and white. Because I have a texture that is black and white. That's why I'm labeling black and white. Under the solid color, when you know you want to work with textures, you change the solid color. So you see you have the solid color, you have the texture, you have the client upload. This client upload, this is when you give the client access, and the client can actually change it from their own end. But right now you are working back end, we're assuming your client does not know how to do any of this. So we're just going to be working with solid color and texture. So now let me use texture. Ignore this. This is like the default. This was how I uploaded it into it. But if you actually check the preview, you'd see that preview probably has, like, no colors at all. So now add base texture, or you could drag and drop. But let's click on upload. So we have flagship textures. So this is the red list that is here already. But let's use the black and white. Like I said, label your stuff, guys. When you're exporting from Pro 3D or Marvelous Designer, you'd have what you call diffuse. You should know that your diffuse are like your main colors, your base textures. We have the normal as well, which is like a normal map. But for this part, when you ask to upload textures, upload just the diffuse, just this one. And now, when you go down, you see there's advanced settings. You click on this advanced settings. Under this advanced settings, this is where you now upload your normal map. The creative thing about this, the good thing about this stuff is that the more you play around with it, the more you know what's happening, the more you know what's up. So you see now I've added my normal texture, and this is what it looks like. I mean, it looks cute. It looks cute. Then we also have let me see, what else can you work with here. So there's the roughness texture. You can make it really rough, or you can bring it down. When you bring it down, it kind of gives you like a shiny look. I don't know. Yeah, do you see how shiny it is? I don't know if you guys can really see, but it's really shiny here. Like, it looks very smooth, almost reflective. So even though your texture was not reflective when you removed it from Clo 3D or Marvelous Designer, when you bring it in, you can make it reflective. But oh, sorry, you can make it shiny. But this fabric does not need to be shiny. So let's put it back. I think I'll just make it one. It's like it looks really rough. When it's rough, it looks more like fabric. I mean, like normal fabric. But I'm not saying I'm not saying when it looks. I'm not saying when the roughness is done, it doesn't look like fabric. I mean, it just looks more like leather. That's what I mean. But I don't want this outfit to look like leather. Okay. So we have our first texture. Like I said, ignore this part, guys. Ignore this part. Focus on this side that we're at. So now you see we have one texture here that is called black and white. Now you can add another appearance option, which is this other one. Under this appearance option, now let's actually do solid color. Let me do solid color, but I don't want to use white. I want to use black, so it's actually obvious that I'm changing something. So you can move the colors from here, or you can do this, or let's just click black. Yeah, let's use black. And let's label this again. So you can just label this as black. Okay, like I said, you can work on this by your choice. Yep. So we can actually close this. Now, even though it appears as though nothing is changing, something is actually changing, and I'm going to show you what is changing. Now, let's go to preview. So if you want to see if what you've been doing so far has been working, you can check that from your preview. Okay, so now you can see that what is showing here is just the two textures that have been added, this black and this one. That's what it's showing here. So you can see that the OG red that was exported, that I added to the SwiftXR platform is not showing here. That's because I've not added it as an option. So that's why, so even the red, I had to save the red texture separately so that I can add it as an option in this place. So I'm going to add that now. Yeah. So let me close this. We're back to this. So I'm just going to add one more appearance to be sure that everyone understands what's happening here. Should I use the red? No, you guys have already seen what the red looks like. So let me use green. I have a green texture. Texture upload. So I have this green leather looking one. Oh, let me actually make a mistake so you guys see what it's going to look like. So if you upload your normal by mistake, this is what it looks like. And you'll be wondering where did you go wrong in life. Oh, you've not gone wrong. You've gone wrong, Sha. But it's not it's not serious. So you can just use your diffuse. So you have this stuff that shows do you want to create a copy, no, replace, yes, create. Anyway, you should still work, but let me just say no replace. And we can move down to advanced settings and upload our normal map. Yeah. So you see how it looks very cute, quite pretty. Like you can see the detailing is quite insane. Like the level of, guys, please just use SwiftXR for easy life. Easy life movement. Literally it's swift, just like the name says. Okay, and now we can save this. So I believe when it comes to appearance, we are good. We know how to change the appearance, and now we're going to move into the next part. The next part, if you want to add something else, you click on add section, not add appearance option, no, add section. You can see now the add section has appeared below at this down part. Now, so you're going to scroll up. Under appearance, we are no longer working with appearance, now we're working with parts. Okay. And this new section, I think this part, let's work on the neckline. Yeah, let's work on the neckline. Let's do that. Let me use like title case. So once again, like I said, you have to select the parts that you would be needing. So I think we'll be needing this back strap. Do we need the base? Do we need the base gown? No, we don't need the base gown. So basic back, yeah, we need the basic back. We need the basic top. We need the big sleeve left. No, 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 we don't need the big sleeve left and right because this is for the sleeve. Like I said, we're working on the neckline. So this is also another reason why you need to label it so that you are not guessing and choosing, like you are sure of what you are selecting. Okay, front strap. What else? What else do we need? Okay, yeah, the outer neck. Okay, so this is everything I would be needing. Now let's click on add option. So you click on this, you see this arrow, like this down arrow part. Just click on this arrow part. Okay. Just click on this arrow. And now, yeah, this is where that jewelry stuff that I was talking about, that I said, I have like, I have a jewelry bag that has silver and gold, has everything. And now I want to select what I really need. This is where it comes in place now. So first things first, I can decide to say I don't want anything at all. I don't want anything. Yeah, that's my first choice. No, no neckline. Yeah, like I don't want anything. So this part I'm gonna be taking the Mbappe special. For example, nothing. So right now, I don't need anything. Now you can click on add. I clicked on this add part option. Now I want to actually select something. So I'll be needing this back strap. I'll be needing the back strap, and I think the front strap as well. Yeah, the back and the front. So that is what I'll be needing. Like I said, you have to label your stuff, guys. It's not just for you, it's also for the user. So it's labeled as strap. You can see whatever it is I'm doing here is also reflecting on this part. So this is where you edit, and this part just shows like your result. It's like your result part. So now let's add another part option. What do we need for this place? We already have. So let's do the basic back and the basic front. This is supposed to be basic front, but I named it as basic top. My bad. But basic back, basic front. So that is also another option. Now let's add another option. So you can close this, click on this, close this. So it's not a lot. So I have two options open down. Mm, Let me name this color. Let this be the color option. So for this part, I think I'll be needing just the color. Yeah, this is all I need for this part. Close it. Like I said, guys, this is actually very simple. If I was not talking, I'll probably be done with this already. But because I'm talking, like I'm explaining, that's why it seems like it's taking like a while. But really, guys, it's not supposed to take anything. Now, for this part, now, do you see how it is? So now you can actually select more than one. So for this alter neck, I combine the alter neck together with the collar. So it makes more sense. So it looks like this. So this is how this look is combined together. So to really get the alter neck look, I combine this and this together. Truly, guys, it's your option. It's your choice. So let me name this as alter. Yeah, I think I think that's fine. So we have no neckline, strap, collar, alter. What else? What else? What else? I think that's pretty much, yeah, that's the four necklines I have. And now, guys, another thing, before you start, moving so far, going so far away, please check your preview to be sure that there are no issues. I know when you check your preview on time, you can tell when something is wrong, or you can tell when you've made a mistake, compared to when you've gone like a really long, like you've gone really far, and then having to like back, to like go back to figure out where your problem is coming from. It will be really difficult, and I would not advise. So when you do every step, try to check your preview to be sure you've not removed something by mistake or added something you don't want to have added. So now for the neckline, you see here under the neckline, we have no neckline. That's why our neck is bare. And now we have the strap. So when you have the strap, this comes up, changes to this. And then you have the collar, changes to just this collar. Really cute, really nice. And then we have the outer neck that has this. So guys, this is really cool. So it's almost like you can actually give your users the opportunity to customize a dress. If you have this on your website, your customers can literally create what it is that they want you to create for them, which is really cool. Yeah, like I said, you should be excited, you should be blushing. Because me, I'm blushing. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know why I'm like this. So now the next part I want to do. This is what I was talking about. See, as I clicked on this place, now this side has disappeared. So I say listen to instructions. Don't touch this part, focus only on this part. So to get this part back, click on this. When you click on this, your configurator comes back on. Your product configurator comes back on. So the next part that I want us to work on is the sleeve part. So I want us to have the option to add sleeve or remove sleeve, just like you saw in the demo that I showed you guys earlier when we started. So product configurator, let's go down. Let me close. Make sure you close this part, like close it so that it's not like you're not overstimulated. So now we're going to click on add section. Once again, we're not working on appearance, we are working on parts. Name section, and let's name this section as sleeves. Let's name this section as sleeves. And now let's select what it is that we want. No, before that, sorry. Before that, see, you see that this part is showing that no options yet. So make sure you add like an option. So my first option, click this drop down box. Option label, let's name it. It's gonna be no sleeves. I don't want any sleeves right now. So I'm not going to be selecting anything. And now I'm going to add another part option. Click this down, and this is gonna be right sleeve. So depending on how much you break your parts in Clo 3D or Marvelous Design, like how your parts are not joined together, you have enough freedom. This man is spell right now. My bad. You have enough freedom here in SwiftXR. So the more you break down things in Clo 3D, Marvelous Designer, Blender before you upload it here, it makes it easier for you to work on it. So every part is separate. That's why it's easy for me to just like separate the parts. So if you feel like you don't have if you feel like you're not having enough flexibility or you're not able to move as you should, it most likely means that's because you did not separate your parts properly previously. So under this right sleeve, okay, so now you can see that I'm not able to select anything here. That's because in the very beginning I did not add what I was supposed to add. This place, you see this part that has, I'm scrolling back up, see under this part, this sleeves part, I've not selected what it is that I want to work with. So I need to select that. Like remember guys, our jewelry bag, I've not selected our jewelry bag here. So this is, I need this big sleeve, right? And I need this big sleeve, right and left. I need these two. These are the two things I need for this part. So now that I've selected that, now that I'm working, this under no sleeves, I'm not, it's showing zero selected because I don't need anything right now. Let me click on this down. Under this right sleeve, I'm just going to click on this big right sleeve because this is the part that I need. I need just this part. So I'm going to add another option, and I'm going to name that option left sleeve. Yes, and I'm going to add one more part, and this part is going to be both sleeves. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Both sleeves. And I'm going to select both parts because that is what I need for this part. So guys, that is really so easy. Like what we have now. So now I've done the neckline, I've done the sleeves, and I think I'm just going to do two more customization because of time. And but literally everything that I'm doing is the same, like it's the same step, it's the same process. It just depends on how far you are willing to go. Really is in your hands. Let me just add one more section. Everything literally just like rinse, repeat. Click on part, name this new section. Um let me say okay, no, let me say dress configuration. So for this part, I'm going to give them the option to have like a short dress or a longer dress. That's what I'm gonna do. Hmm. So we have full length back, we have full length front, and what else do I need? Yeah, yep. I think that's all I need for the full length. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So now I'm going to now add. So if you scroll down, you see the dress configuration is here. So let me say under this part, let me name this as short dress. So let me name this as short dress. And for short dress, I'm going to click on none so that it's empty. Do you guys understand? And now I'm going to put long. I'm going to name the other one long dress. So now I'm going to click on both of them. So it has both. And then I also want the option of where, like, there's this style where, like, the front is not part of it, just the back. So I'm going to add one more option, and it's gonna be let me say full length back alone. I'd have also done full length front, but I don't really think that style looks good. My preference, guys. Just my preference. So like we have something like this, just the back. Yeah, pretty much. So going down, we have short dress, long dress, full length back. And now for the last configuration that we're going to do, this part is going to be for the gathers. So I want there to be an option of if they want to add the gathers or if they don't want to add the gathers. So let me close all these parts. Add one more section. No, we're working with parts. And now I'm going to name this section gather. I'm going to name this section gather. So now let's select the parts. So we can scroll down. So you can see this gather node. That's what we're going to be working with. So now for this add parts option, so I'm just going to say yes, gather node. And so I'm trying to let you guys know that there's an option for you to just type yes or no. And I'm going to add another part and I'm going to say no. I'm going to name this no. So imagine you guys are not labeling this stuff. You're not naming it. Everything will just be showing option, 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 and your user is not going to know what they mean by option. So zero is going to be selected here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've done. I feel like we've done quite a lot. I'm only going this far because I know that there is not going to be any issue. But guys, please, when you are doing yours, when you are just starting out, please check your publish to be sure, like in your preview, I mean, to be sure that everything is in order and there are no issues. So let's just allow this load for a few seconds. Perfect. So now let's start. We've already tested the neckline. Now let's test the sleeve. So we have right sleeve. So we have just this. I mean, somebody walking away with this dress is so cool. So we have just right sleeve, we have just left sleeve, and now we have both sleeves. And there's also the option of no sleeves. Really cool. Let me leave this as both sleeves. Then the dress configurator, it's on short dress currently. We can change it back to long dress. We can change it back to the full length back. So assuming this is what we're working with, and now we have the gather. It's yes. Let me turn this to the front. It's on yes, and then we have the no. Mm, let me use green so maybe you guys can see better. Yeah. Yes, we have the no. Yeah, right now it's currently on no neckline, but let's just see. Maybe let me just use the color. Yeah, let's do this. So far we have successfully configured this, which is really really cool. And I'm just going to show you guys one last thing before we call it a day. Before we depart and change ways, which was what I mentioned earlier. Now let's assume that you can see that everything, the textures are uniform. For everything we do, everything changes. This part, everything changes. So now let's say I want only this part to change. Like I want just the arm to change, or I want just the collar to change, or I want just the gather to change. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do that. If you're not done, don't publish you. Don't be tempted to publish you. Let's click on X. And now we can close this, like I said, so you're not overstimulated. So now let's click on add section. Now we're not going to be doing parts, we're going to be working on appearance because like I said, appearance is literally how it looks. Now for this appearance now, let me name this, I could name this as part textures. Now let me name this as part textures. Now the parts that I'm supposed to select, you see all these parts that you are seeing that is not bright. You see that this part, you can click on this part that is showing that I think my cursor is showing like I cannot select on this part. And that's because it's under this main textures. You can see here it's showing managed by textures, which is this original one, managed by textures. So I really cannot, this other part, this body one, body two, body three, body four, all of this part is my main model itself. And I'm trying to work on the dress. When you scroll down, you can see that these are shoes. I can't work on anything here. There's nothing I can work on. So when you have an issue like this, what you are supposed to do, go back to the place, because it's even great that they are even showing you where the issue is coming from. Like where is that? Like literally, it's showing you that this is being managed by texture. So you can see where to go to. So move to this side, scroll back up. See this part that has textures. So now you're going to remove what it is that you want to add to the other parts. Now, under this part, I think I'm going to remove the gather. Yeah, I'm going to remove the gather. I'm going to remove the color node. Yes, and I'm going to remove the sleeves. That's what I want to remove. Yeah. So after doing that, you can see that now, let me close this. Let me close this textures part. So now let's go back to part textures. So you can see now I have the option to select it. See the color node is here. I have the option to select this. Um, okay, we have big sleeve. We have big sleeve. Yeah, and I think lastly we have the gather node. Okay, so you're seeing textures and part textures resolve to shared material. So appearance changes may overlap. Don't worry, guys. Ignore this. I'm gonna work on this. Ignore it. I'm not saying you should ignore it permanently. Like, I'm just saying ignore it for now. So it's more like when we're in the market, we've selected what it is that we want to work with. Now, let us now add. Let me scroll down so you guys can see. Now let's see. Showing no options here. So now let us add the option. So do you see this? You see that this part is showing like this. Now this part that is like this part is not. This is not supposed to be changing as well. So this means when I was selecting, I selected this part as well, and I wanted to select just the sleeve. So let's go back. Let's see what is in this place that's not supposed to be here. Hmm. You know what? Let's leave this. I'm going to find out from my preview because, like I said, the preview is what shows everything finally. Like I'm going to see from the preview if I selected everything that I was supposed to select and whatnot. So under this option, let me do black. Yeah, we have a texture that is black. So for the solid color, click on this color part and click on black. Also, if you have like a code, you can type your code here. Like if you have like your color code, you can type a color code in this place. So let me add, yeah, I've added that. So let me add another appearance option. So under this appearance option, let me change the solid color to texture. Pretty much nothing new. I think we have green texture. So let me add let me click on one place. So we have the green texture. Uh, Click on advanced option, upload. Let me add this. Yeah. So I can let me label this. So this is labeled as green. Yeah. Then I think we also have the black and we have the black and white. Yeah. We have the black and white. Let me come back. Texture. Okay. Please. Yeah. Oh, my bad, guys. I uploaded the normal map instead of the texture. Yeah, refuse. Yeah. Then advanced settings. Then upload. Black and white normal. Okay, so I think I've added everything that I feel I should add under this part. So now let's go to preview. Let us see. Let's see what we have right now. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun. Moment of truth. Okay, now it's currently on this. Let's use this. I'm trying to try something different. So now we have green. Let's go to our neckline. We can see the color. Do you see that the color now has changed color? And this is because I selected the color. So you see that this strap, that's why I said, let me see if I can move. Okay, I can't move this. That's why I said, even though it showed as though like I selected it in that, like it's I did not select it, but it was showing on the other side. I think that I selected it. That's why I say it doesn't really matter. What really matters is your final preview. Like this is where the real stuff is at. That's what matters. So let me just stick to the color, because I like how the color looks. So do you see how you have like different colors? You're able to match this. So let me say sleeve. Let me put this on right sleeve. You see that it's still colored. Left sleeve, both sleeves. So let's say this is what we're working with. This is really cute. Nothing changes. If you start to remove your gather, you leave your gather. And now under this part texture, you can see the part texture is black. So you can change the part textures to this, or you can change it to this. And when you change it to this, so literally, so let's say we want to leave it as green. So right here, you can add as many colors as you want. Whatever colors you think is gonna blend in, whatever textures you think is gonna blend in, you can do that. But I'm just gonna leave it with this. Guys, do you think we should do full length or we should do short length? I don't know. I don't know. So this is full length. This is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. So this is what your client could possibly send to you. And with this, guys, we have come to the end. I didn't expect this class to be this long, but I just had to explain everything to you in a way that you don't have. In fact, I'm explaining it in a way that when you want to watch this video later on, you can put this video on 2x speed and you are still able to understand. I really hate watching tutorials where the tutorials are so fast that you have to slow it down. Like you have to slow it to maybe 0.5 or 0.25, and then the person is talking and it's really lagging just so you can see what the person is doing. That is why this tutorial is very detailed. So feel free when you're watching it later to put it on 2x speed. She's gonna be great. And that is pretty much it. So you can now publish, create your link and whatnot, but this is all you need to do, guys. And we're back to this. So everything is as it should. And now I'm gonna, check in with the team to see if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like for me to talk about. That's all. If you have any questions, like I said earlier, you can leave your questions in the comment section, or better still, come directly to my DM to hold me by my neck. But make sure you let me know that you are from this, like you were part of this live, like this was what you was. Because if you come to me separately, I'll charge you. I'll charge you money. Yes, I'll say, oh, sorry, my classes cost so and so amount. But if you are coming to me from this live stream or you're coming to me from this YouTube video, I'll answer you for free. Yeah. So let me just confirm. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it's my mind.
My mic was muted. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. I hope we all had a great time. I really love the feature. You're changing it. Really, really well done. And thank you so much. Amazina has said it. So if you have any questions for her, through this video, she will not charge you. So this is your time to shine, my people. Have any questions for her, drop it in the comments, right? And we'll definitely forward this to her. She's going to answer your question. So thank you so much, Amazino, for taking our time doing this for us. We spent about an hour on this call now. So I really, really appreciate you and so the really insightful class. So
I'm
thank you so
shy.
much, everyone. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. See you in our next workshop. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Mwah.